Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Blessed Craft Designs, and I'm here today with a new project. I'm so glad to be back. I have about 2 weeks off from school and a couple days off from work, so I am going to use this time to get some of my projects done that I have waiting. So my one that I'm going to show you today is going to be the Infusible Ink by Cricut. So just come back and stay tuned so I can show you how to make a t-shirt and a tote bag using the Infusible Ink. Okay everybody, I'm back, and I was super excited when I saw this a few weeks ago. I have actually done it once to a t-shirt. I had several kind of little mishaps and mistakes that I did, so I'm hoping this time I will have better results, or it'll be a little easier. I'm going to show you the t-shirt. It's actually in the washer right now, and I'm going to put it in the dryer because I want to see how it holds up with washing. I normally use HTV, and I like using HTV, but I love the way sublimation looks. I just did not want to pay all that money for a printer. I have a fairly decent printer right now, but I did not want to turn it into a sublimation printer because from my understanding, if you turn a regular printer into a sublimation printer, you can't go back. So you have to, you know, once you turn into sublimation, it has to stay that way. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I know the sublimation printers are very expensive with the ink and everything. So I was happy when I saw this come out. Now, you do get 4 sheets. I didn't know with my Michaels if I could buy it actually in the store, so I ordered it online, but then I went into the store to pick this up, and I do see that they have it in our stores here. What you see on the box is what comes inside. So, and you actually get 1 sheet of each, and like I said, I'll go ahead and open this. I used the cheetah print already, but here is the zebra print, and then the lavender, and this kind of almost like a slate blue color. So these are the 3 that I have left, and I love the fact with the animal print you do get these variations in the color. So I have those 3. Now the one thing, and I will show you the box, the one thing with this, it says to follow the instructions. They recommend that you use your easy press. I do not have an easy press. I have just a regular heat press, and mine will get up to 400 degrees because you have to get it up to 400 degrees, and mine will do that. And then there's just some other things over here, and it tells you right there that you have to get up to 400. It does say or heat press that reaches 400 degrees. So mine does that, but you have to use a product or material that is high in polyester. This is one of Cricut's tote bags, and it's 100%. It's a 14 by 14 bag. And then I also have one of their t-shirts here, and this t-shirt is 95% polyester and 5% spandex. So, okay. So this is what I'm going to use today. I'm going to go to my Cricut machine, and I'll show you how to do everything there, okay? Okay, everybody, here is my design that I'm going to make, and the bag is 14 by 14, so I don't want it to take up the entire, I don't want to do 12 by 12, which is the largest size of the sheets. But I'm just going to do like 9 by 9.6. But you can change this to whatever size you want to. And I think just to make everything simple, I'm going to do the t-shirt and the bag in the same design. So you change this, the size, the width, and the height to whatever you want to, depending on whatever it is you're making, okay? So when you go here to make, you have to make sure that you mirror the design, okay? You're going to mirror your design, and then you click continue, and then as mine is trying to, it will help. I'm going to turn my machine on over here. I have not done that. You have to turn your dial to custom. And sorry, mine is making so much noise back here. So you have to change it to custom. And then as soon as my thing connects, okay, and then you're going to find right here, INR Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet, okay. It says make sure mirror is turned on and the material is ink side up. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you what they're talking about actually on the machine, okay? Okay, so I have my machine, it's turned on, and I have the dial to custom, and I just showed you actually on the computer that you have to turn it to you have to mirror your image, and this is the sheet, and you have to put the ink, not the ink, excuse me, you have to put this side, this is the back, as you know, and of course this is going to be the ink side. This part goes facing down, okay? So it takes just a little bit to get it on there, and this is a brand new mat that I have. I did purchase a new mat just for this. I've cleaned my other mats and there is some stick to them, but I wanted to make sure I have good a good grip on this when I use it. And I will tell you another thing that I have done is I have changed out my blade. I found out with the last one that I did, the edges of my design printed out, or they cut. I keep wanting to say cut on print. The edges of my design cut really well. When you got to the middle where the intricate details were, you know, some of the wording, it was a lot harder for me to kind of weed that out. So I'm hoping that changing my blade will help with that. So I'm gonna go ahead, it's blinking for me to start. And I have my light over here to begin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let it do what it does, do its work, and cut this out, and I'll be right back to show you when it's finished. Okay, so it's done. It didn't take very long to cut that out. And I don't know if you can, I think you can see just a little bit of the cuts right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel this off. Let me kind of move this back just a little bit. Well, I told y'all I changed out that blade, so. Let's see how easy this is going to be. It might not. I really want the whole thing to peel up. Even though I'm happy at the fact that it cut through. Alright, I'll pick that up in just a second here. Let me just go ahead and weed some of this out. This is not the one I like to use. I want to use this one. This part comes out. I'm hesitating, y'all, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm pulling out the right part. Okay, so it did cut out, but the only issue is that it's now not attached to, it's not attached to anything. So I would have to place all of these little pieces down, and I don't like that part. Cause see, now it's deconstructed. So my blade may be too sharp for, I might have to go back and use my other blade. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch this out. I'm still gonna use this. Trust me, I'll find some way to use this because I really want this on my bag. So I'm gonna switch my blade out and then I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I just printed the second design, and you can see this one a little bit better, I think, because it's on the plain paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to weed this out, and I'm hoping it did not cut all the way through, but if it did, that's okay. I think I'll be able to put the design together. Let's just go ahead and close this up. One blade I experienced it not cutting enough, and then the other blade, it was an experience of it cutting too far. So that's my only dilemma so far. So this one did not cut all the way through, as you can see, so that's good. But let me see if I'm gonna have difficulty trying to weed it. So I'm gently pulling this off. So if I get out of focus, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to pull it without really, I don't want to snap it or anything. You know, these brand new mats, but as you can see, they really stick. There's a really strong grip on there. So let's see how well we can do this. Now I am going to, let me grab some scissors. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, so I am going to cut off the excess here. I am not going to throw that in the trash. I can always use that to, if I need a little piece to make something else, I don't know, but I'm not going to throw those away. So I need this part right here. This is the outside of the design, so let me see if we can weed this out. Okay, and you can see the cut right there. And I probably won't show you the whole, me weeding the entire thing out, okay? So I just want to show you this part. And it already kind of looks like what I had problems with the last time with it. The paper, I don't know why it does that. Let's see if we can grab this whole piece. There we go. All right, so I think if you kind of bend it a little bit and just break that line, almost like if it's something perforated, if you just break that line, that might help it just a little bit more smooth. All right, so there we go. That's pretty easy. See if we can get this one to do the same. And that one just followed through. Very good. So let's get this little piece right here. Okay. So the next big piece I need to get is this middle section. This part is going to stay. So this middle section needs to come out. So what I'm going to do, see if I can get my scissors and snip this right here. Okay. I'm going to fold this back all the way around. And I'm going to fold this right here. I need that part that is actually part of the design, so I don't want that to come out. I want that to stay. Break that off right there. And this, of course, would be a little bit easier for me if I was like had it down, but I'm trying to hold it up so you can just kind of get an idea So this time I would say, as opposed to my very first time trying to weed this was horrible. It took me a long time, but maybe I really think it was my blade. And just like this time, changing it out to the deep blade was just too sharp. Okay, so I don't need that. Okay, everyone, I'm back, and I'm almost to, this is like maybe the third step, I think. I didn't show you the box of the paper, the ink, the transfer, the infusible ink sheets. In the box, it comes with four sheets of butcher paper, and you will need that. And you will also need, the t-shirts come with this little cardboard in it. You can use this. If you don't have any cardstock or anything at home, just take this little piece out right here. You can just cut that out. Because you need something to fit down in between the whatever fabric it is, whatever you're making. If it's a t-shirt, you need to put something in between there so that you don't run the possibility of the ink going to the back side of your garment, okay? But the first thing you want to do is, with any t-shirt, not just this one, any t-shirt that you make, you need to get the moisture out. So you're going to put this in here, and I am going to use a sheet of the butcher paper that comes with, I could have just used that one. A sheet of the butcher paper that comes with the box, and just sit it down. And then I'm doing this at 400 for 40 seconds. And I don't think with this part you need to do it for the entire 40 seconds. I'll go ahead and do it. Again, you're not trying to get any wrinkles or anything like that out. You're trying to remove the moisture from out of the shirt. That's with the polyester shirt, that's with cotton, that's pretty much with any, fabric like this. You're going to need to get the moisture out of it. So it's been in for almost 40 seconds now. So I'm gonna lift this up, and you need to let it completely cool, okay? Now, if you're not sure how to find the middle of the shirt, I will show you a little trick that I do. Is I fold my shirt in half, and then I lay it in my heat press, try to get it flat, okay? And then I press it down again for about the same amount of time. Let me put this butcher paper in here. Forgot about that because I don't want to mess up my shirt. You put your shirt, you fold it in half, and then you press it down, and then you'll get that a little subtle line down the middle of your shirt. You don't have to do that. If you're really good, or if you have some other method to use, that's fine. But that's to me an easy way. You don't have to buy anything. It's just, halving it, ironing it down or pressing it down for a little bit just to get that little crease in the middle. And it's not going to be deep enough to where you won't be able to get it out later. I've never had a problem, and I've done quite a few shirts. I've never had a problem getting that little line out of the middle of the shirt later on. Okay, and see, you can barely see that line. So I'm gonna let this cool down. I'm gonna place it in there for right now. And I use my fingers. I don't know what your method is when you're doing your t-shirts, but I use my fingers as a guide to how far down I want to put my design. So anywhere between 3 to 4 fingers from the top, that's kind of how I decide where to start putting my design at, okay? So let me move this back. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my, I have just a regular sheet of white cardstock. And I always look at my design. Do I want to put it this way or do I want to put it that way? It doesn't fit all the way, so I'll probably just go ahead and do it kind of landscape wise. And you put this in the middle of the garment. Let's make sure we got it all flat. I'm going to put my fingers there so I have an idea of where I want it to go, and I am going to do about 4 fingers down. Make sure I have everything flattened out, and I am going to move that up just a little bit. Okay, and then what I do with my design is I will fold this on itself and find the halfway point here, and I put just a little small crease, not a large one, usually at the top. And then I'll put another small crease down at the bottom, which is probably not so bad because it's got that point right there. But I just crease that, and then I open it back out, and the crease will kind of show me where the middle point is for my design. So this has to be completely cooled down. And when you put this down, remember when we cut it, this is the back. Okay, and I don't have the other sheets with me, but this is the back, this is the front. It has the color to it. This we put down flat on the mat, and remember we mirrored it, okay? So this time when we get ready to press it, the ink or your pattern, whichever one you decide to use, it now has to be facing down on the fabric, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and place this down. Kind of hard to do this from this angle, and making sure I got all my points in the middle. Okay, and then you need your butcher paper again. Put your butcher paper down flat, and now we're going to press it for the full 40 seconds. Okay, everybody, now it's time for the big reveal. I'm done pressing everything out, and everything is pretty cool right now. So now I'm just gonna try pulling the backing off, and you just gently pull, separating the back of the paper from your shirt. And this part is fairly easy. Pulls right off, and I am really impressed with this. There is the sheet, everything, all the ink is gone, and there is the t-shirt. Let me fold it. I have these little sticky things on the back of there, on the front of there, excuse me. So there's the shirt. Okay, you see that in its full length. I'm gonna pull it up to you so you can see this part. If you pull the fabric, it's smooth. You can't see anything there. You pull the fabric and that ink is in there. I think this is, you know, I have to give Cricut all the kudos, thumbs up, you name it, for coming up with this, because this is a great alternative for someone who does not want to spend the money on sublimation printers and ink. I absolutely love this. So this is a new shirt. Let me show you the other one. This is the second shirt. This is the other one that I did maybe about a week or two ago. And I used this, like I told you, I used the cheetah print for this one. And a couple mistakes. Every time I do this, there's mistakes. You know, when you're new at anything, that's why I tell you all, listen, don't be afraid to make mistakes, okay? That's how you learn. I didn't get some of the paper off of my design when I was weeding it. So as you can see, I got these little marks on here. But I have washed this and dried it. And it looks exactly, and I'm pulling it, I'm tugging it. The ink is still there, so I am super happy with that. Now let me show you. I just talked about mistakes and things, right? So you know, with the first design that I cut, I used a deep cut blade, which I found out was too much. It was too sharp of a blade for these sheets. And as you can see, I had to kind of tack this down on my own, but there, you see there's still ink here. So that means I did not have this on the fabric well. So all the ink did not come out of this. And you can see it's actually just coming off on their own. And I guess if you were doing a design that if you had more than one, like if you were trying to do several different colors, you would have to kind of figure this part out. But you can see on every last one of these, there is still additional ink on here that needs to be infused in. And what I did was I tried to press it down twice, and and my camera's getting ready to go out. And so you see, it didn't come out as pretty. Parts of it did, parts of it didn't. So I'm not too bummed out about that. I still got the cardboard in here. I'm not too bummed out about it. I mean, I think it's okay. It's a good experience, a good learning experience. So now I know to make sure I don't have a really deep blade when I try to do that. But as you can see, let me show you this. There, you don't feel anything. I don't know, there's not too much tug with this tote bag. But I'm happy, I'm thrilled. Thank you, Cricut, for coming out with these infusible ink sheets. I love them, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be doing some other projects with these. So I'm glad you all joined me today. If you've tried these and if you have some tips and you know, just some tricks that you've used, some pointers for those of us that are fairly new at using it, please make sure you leave it down below. You know, I'd love for you to share your experiences just like I'm sharing mine with you all. And I appreciate you so much for stopping by. Please make sure you go to my Facebook page, Blessed to Craft Designs, and also my Pinterest page, I am Blessed to Craft. And I'll have some new wreath videos coming out pretty soon, because like I said, I got a couple of weeks off from school, so I'm going to be hashing out wreaths this week too. So y'all make sure you look out for that. So click the notification bell so you keep getting the videos. Please make sure you like my videos. Give it a thumbs up. That just kind of helps me continue putting out content and everything and sharing with you all. So I really do appreciate it. And once again, I thank you for stopping by. As always, be blessed.